Hi, my name is Gabriel from the soloentrepreneurs.com, and we are offering this free tool that is called the Cost and Price. And basically what it is a cost calculator and price calculator. So it's composed by a database of all of the materials that your product is made of. You have a tool that can calculate the price of that instrument according to your costs, and from there you can see the actual profit that you will have. In many cases, I've seen that many of these people that have used this formula don't have profits, and maybe sometimes they're losing money. So this is a good way to calculate that. We have a cost calculator, it'll give you all the different choices that you select when you're trying to make a new product, and according to those choices you will have a total cost. And then you have a main dashboard, which is basically a monthly representation of what your company does in terms of costs and price. So let me start. Okay, the first sheet here at the bottom is called the main dash, and you have basically three different products. In this case, we're using guitars, electric guitars and basses, which is an industry that I know, and I've worked for a lot of people. And I've seen that in this industry there's a lot of mistakes made by people that don't calculate very well. So this is a tool that I generated a few years ago trying to help these industries. So you have three instruments: a custom instrument. Let's say the price is $2,000. Of course, you can change that price to whatever you're charging. A basic instrument, which is $850, and an accessory that you will sell by, let's say, $50. This is the amount of instruments and products that you will be selling that month, and it will give you a total. And there you have a monthly total, and from that revenue total there's another calculation that will give you the revenue percentage for that specific product to that total revenue. And that's important because this is the formula that we use. You cannot charge or add to the cost the same amount of overhead that you might be having in your company to each product. If you have a product that it takes way less, the materials are way less to be made. In our calculation, basically what we did was to calculate the total overhead, monthly overhead, and divide it by the total revenue percentage of that specific product. And that's the case here. From a total of 8,500, we can derive that a custom instrument, the overhead will be over $300, and for the less expensive item, it will be $8. So this is a very good tool, and here you can define the kind of things that account for your overhead expenses. Let's say you have a mortgage, you have a loan, you have services like Wi-Fi and QuickBooks. Of course you can add more, and that will give you a total monthly number. And the monthly sales goal, it'll depend. It's totally up to you. Okay, so let's go to our second sheet. The second sheet is basically a cost calculator, and that's very easy to know what it is by the name of it. The first line of this cost calculator, in this case we have a guitar section and a bass section. And again, this is taken, the guitar making would be the base for this tool, but you can apply it to basically any kind of product that you can manufacture. So in this case, all of the things that you will be manufacturing, either as a leather jacket, electronics, or in this case guitars, they have a base cost, meaning that you have things that cost that you will incur every time you make it, no matter the model, the price, or whatever. In this case, our base cost for a guitar is $130. For a bass is a little bit over that, and I will show you where that amount is coming from. And here you have all of the options that you can put in the manufacturing of a guitar. Let's say you want to make a guitar with alder body, and you will see that now you have 41 bucks for that alder body. If you want to change it to mahogany, it'll change that. If you're gonna make a guitar with a maple neck, there you go. If you want to use roasted maple, it'll be higher. And after you make the decision of how you're gonna make that specific guitar or bass, it'll give you a total cost. This is just the cost of materials, right? For both a guitar and bass. And again, this can be extrapolated to any type of manufacturing product that you can make, right? Because you have different materials, you have base costs, and you have hours that you will put into that product. So that's the second sheet. Very easy to understand. We have already made some drop-down menus for you if you want to use, in the case of a guitar, nickel frets, it'll be a different amount, etc. Then the third sheet, it'll be all of the results that you can get from the sheet number 2, which is the cost calculator, right here for guitars and right here for the bass, will appear here in new instruments, right? This is the ones that you will be experimenting and all of that. And here I've just left a few samples of instruments, you know, just random samples that you can fill with your current production of instruments. And you will see that this has some formulas. Let's say if the labor, this is a calculation that we made. If you have 1 hour of labor, we have 15 bucks, which is really low, but it'll depend up to you. And if that instrument takes 20 hours to manufacture, it'll give you that total. The overhead, we already talked about that. It's on the first page. And again, here at the bottom are the new calculations that you will make. The overhead comes like right here from the first page in this case, you know. So the pricing sheet, again, this, you can use this first section to just input with no calculations all of the things that you have done so far, and this will give you the new prices and totals using these tools. And the last sheet that we have is basically a database. If you go to the right, you have the total guitar bass cost with a few things that are always present in guitars, and again the total for bass. And all of that is kind of fixed, and it has to be like that because it'll work with our formulas, you know. So that's what you have. That's just the database. If you change a few things, it'll affect the formulas, and that's okay. You can put your discounts in case you have some of your supplies that will give you discounts in the percentage. You can put it here, and you will get better prices and more precise prices. So basically that's what it is. This tool will help you calculate the cost of an instrument that you're making, in this case a guitar or bass, but this can be extrapolated to any industry, to anything that involves manufacturing, involves labor, and involves basically having costs, overhead costs like mortgage or rent of a space, any kind of loan and services. So if you want to have, if you feel free to use it, just buy it from our website, which the cost for you is going to be $0, and we will send it to you, and you can have it on your Google account, and you can modify it. And if you want something different, let's say for another industry, or you have more specifications, please contact us and we will help you develop it, maybe a more precise tool for your business. Thank you, and I hope you like it, and please subscribe to our channel and leave any comments in the comment section.